Welcome to the shit show.
Tom, looking at the chat, realizing we're fucking late. It's late. It's, minutes past when we normally start. I would like to blame this one on technical difficulties, but this is probably just my fault. If I had to guess.
We just got talking. Hey, because most of the people listen right off this jump. One thing I wanted to bring up, I was going to tell it to you before we started recording, but then I forgot until just now. Everyone, head over to headlockcomics.com. Go to the store. There is a new comic that he has released in conjunction with Brody King. Yeah. The cover is specially made, and all proceeds go to help families that are fighting ICE in Minnesota. So go do that, because that shit rules. Not the ICE's, but I'm saying that there are people like our guys over at Headlock Comics that are helping fight these fucking assholes.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Go help in any way. Help in that specific way and other ways to fight ICE. And in fact, maybe it's up to you. Maybe fight ICE. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Look, they're here.
So, yeah. Theo P. Does says, be safe out there. And yeah, be safe out there, everybody. Or don't. Maybe don't be safe if you're not inclined to be safe. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Fuck down.
All right, Tom, anyway, we're here to have fun tonight, right? We're going to talk about AEW Dynamite. I think, we'll have some things to say about AEW Dynamite. I did not like it, but I don't think it was one of my favorite Dynamites in recent memory or anything like that, right? And we're going to dig into all of that. We're going to have some fun talking about that. I do need to remind folks to get in the chat. We've got, what is this, Michael Vasquez in there. Says, thanks for uploading this video. Well, it's live streaming now. So you're welcome. That's the same thing. Yeah. And then Theo's here asking who's going to wear the silver and black Jeff Jarrett shirt. Well, we're not going to wear that. Whatever that Jeff Jarrett shirt is, I'm going to wear that next. But thankfully, I don't have to wear it until March, right? I think it's Revolution.
That's cool.
It's
I like
stinking
that.
up the closet in the interim. But for those who don't know, when AEW pay-per-views come around, Tom and I engage in a battle of predictions to see who can be the best Nostradamus. And apparently, I suck at that because I lost last time. And the punishment is wearing a Jeff Jarrett shirt right on here on this live stream so you can laugh at me and hopefully Tom next time.
Nope,
but Tom, people can get involved in the chat with us like these folks are doing live when we do these live streams. Check out allelitewrapup.com for all the links you need, right? And subscribe there to know when we're doing this live thing, where you can donate if you so wish. And then you can find links to the Bluesky where Tom is normally skeeting away, the YouTube links and all that jazz, man. And email us. Email us, aewrapup@gmail.com. But Tom, before we talk about Dynamite, and it was, there was fun in Dynamite. We're going to talk about it. But to know where we're going, as I've always tried to say, we got to know where we've been, right? We got to look back. So I think we should take another quick trip.
Back in time.
This one is fun. I like this one. I've got 3 hints that I can give you. I'm going to give you like a little bit of a rundown, and then there's 3 extra hints I can give you if you're struggling. But I'm feeling strong that, Tom, you might not need any of these hints, all right? You ready?
Yes.
All right. We're going back 3 years. January 18th, 2023. It was 3 years ago. Doesn't that feel good? AEW Dynamite was in Fresno, California, and Darby Allin was in the middle of his second reign as TNT champion. Darby was doing an open challenge run, fighting people from all over the wrestling world. On this specific night, he defended the title against a major international star. Now, the question becomes, and like I said, I got some hints here for you if you need. Who is the star that Darby Allin's TNT Open Challenge, or answered Darby Allin's TNT Open Challenge on this day, January 18th, 2023?
You said international star?
International star. Mm-hmm.
The first one that comes to mind is Ishii.
Not it. That's a good guess. Ishii. Man, I love Ishii.
Darby Allin. Because Darby Allin doesn't really fuck with, like, those, like, dream matches, right? Like, that's usually where it started with Cody, and then, like, you know, a little bit of Kenny Omega and Moxley and stuff.
Yep. Yep. Could drop a hint here.
Drop a hint.
All right, this is a former 6-time IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion.
Zack Sabre Jr.
Ooh, no, not the Catalina wine mixer. No, sir. Nope.
Is it Okada?
It is not Okada. It is a former NXT Cruiserweight champion as well. Ooh. The last one will get it. You'll get it. I know
Pac?
You'll get it on the last hand. It is not Pac, but
Yeah.
he is known for his Back to the Future gimmick.
Oh, I don't know his name, but
Yes. This is Kushida.
Kushida. Yes, yeah.
Yes.
Him and Alex Shelley were the time splinters. Yes.
It's up in the
I don't
old Marty
remember-
McFly jacket
Yeah.
with the
I don't remember that at all.
I know. I didn't remember it all till I was doing research for this.
Man.
Yeah. I go back and look at the results through the week from the times of the weeks, and I'm like, oh, shit.
I will say this, AEW, because, criticism aside, but let's all be honest that there's a lot going on all the time in AEW. When
100%.
you start to think of just kind of not necessarily their weird history, but just their history, and you're like, these things don't fit. For example, it still doesn't compute in my mind that the AEW championship was unveiled by Bret Hart.
Yeah.
That, you know what I mean? That doesn't
Yeah.
make sense to
Yeah.
me. And then
Eric Bischoff was on
yeah,
segments.
and Eric
remember?
Bischoff did a Q&A with Orange
Yeah.
Cassidy and Chris Jericho. And then also, let's not forget that Sabu jumped off the top rope through a table in a random pay-per-view
That's true.
match with Adam Cole
That's
and
true.
Chris Jericho. These people just kind of, and you're just like, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
and just, yeah.
You brought this up too when I talked about some of the aging of folks, right? The visible aging. And I think it's because these years also coincide with the heavy COVID year. Or COVID
Yeah.
years, heavy COVID
Yeah.
years, Where time's a blur, man.
Yeah.
And things were just weird. And so
Yeah.
everything just feels like one block of time. That all felt like a week, right? Years right there.
I will definitely say I know history from when the Chiefs won Super Bowl 54 previous to then when the Super Bowl, Super Bowl 54 to today. I bet you I know more history about that time before that moment and then instead of after that moment.
Nobody cares about Super Bowls or NFL football,
We care about these three.
Weird to brag about that,
Yeah.
Nobody.
Hey, we've won the most championships in the 2020s. Aha.
Well, there's that.
In any sport. Go fuck yourself, NHL and NBA, all you assholes. It's us.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. All right, so that was our fun trip.
Back in time.
It was a good one though, Kushida. I thought maybe you were going to surprise me and be like, "Oh,
No, that
it's
one.
right
Yeah,
up again.
no. No, that one. Yeah, again, they just have such interesting. Another thing that is just really when you start to think about it, the first tag team champions were SCU with Kazarian and Scorpio Sky. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Kazarian was in AEW for a while,
Yeah.
a good while. Yeah.
Yeah, and just
Didn't they call him Kaz for a while?
something?
Too?
Yeah. And so it's just very interesting. Yeah, their history is fascinating to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Got that Christopher Daniels "I don't want to go" promo from the back.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the only guy that needs to make an appearance that hasn't but should not wrestle would be Raven. That would be the only one left that would need to
Yeah,
fit
but he's
that.
kind of off his rocker anymore, isn't he? He's
Well, his health is declining.
Yeah,
His mind is still necessarily
okay, gotcha.
there, but it's a.
I mean, we're all going. We're all going.
and he lived a little harder than most, so yeah. I need to check out that documentary that he has. Need to.
Yeah, true. I haven't seen that yet.
Quote
That's
the
true.
Raven, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But by the way, actually, the reason I said that is I got the newest action figure of the week is a Raven right here. Look at that.
He sure did capture the vibe of the time with that gimmick.
Yeah.
Didn't he?
What about me? What about Raven?
I knew so many dudes that, when Raven came out, I was like, oh, yep.
Yeah.
He's got the Mark look or whatever, whatever the guy's name was. That there were so many people that were just that dude, right? Just
everyone.
the
was
leather jacket, the flannel hanging from the waist, right?
Yeah, everyone
Cut-off
was
jorts.
everyone was a backup singer for Soundgarden.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. Everybody was trying to be Eddie fucking or whatever
Yeah,
the,
Eddie
the
Vedder.
Pearl
Yeah.
Jam guys, whatever.
Yeah, Eddie Vedder. But yeah,
That's his
so
name,
anyhow,
right? That's his name?
Yeah, Eddie Vedder. Yeah,
Yeah.
big. When I went to that Cubs game last year, went to it, loved it, great time. The next day, though, they did a celebration of Anthony Rizzo, who was the first baseman for the Cubs that when they won the World Series in 2016. But there to induct him was Eddie Vedder, because apparently Eddie Vedder and him are like good friends, and so
Nice.
oh, that takes me back. Now my mind's going everywhere because I watched that Game 7 at your house. It was on Halloween, if you recall.
I remember that. That was the big
yeah,
Halloween
when-
party. Yeah.
Yes, yeah, I dressed
that.
up like Bob from Bob's Burgers.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good time.
Interesting, good time.
Anyhow, it was a good time. So let's talk about some more good
Do
times.
it. Let's talk about Dynamite.
Last night, AEW Dynamite Maximum Carnage took place in Phoenix, Arizona.
Granddaddy of them all.
Well, did
Whatever
they know that? Did they know that? Because these guys and girls had a lot of smiles on their faces. I will say that.
Yeah, they were having a good time.
If you watched it on mute, you'd be like, "That's a good crowd."
Yeah.
If you listened to it on audio, you wouldn't know that there was a crowd
I
there.
will say, before we get into the crowd, the layout of it was a bit odd. I don't know why they had the crowd so far back, why they didn't have more, like, floor seats. Like,
Yeah.
they've been in arenas where they fit folks in different. Like, that was odd to me.
Yeah, it was like an auditorium. You know what the layout reminded me of? And this is going to only be for people here in Kansas City. But remember when NWL was doing their
Yeah.
shows at the Scottish Rite Temple?
Yes. Mhm.
It was like that. That's what it reminded me of, is the Scottish
Gotcha.
Rite Temple kind of
So it
layout.
could be something like that. Well, so, you mentioned this last night. You texted me on the side and you were like, this crowd is ass or something like
is.
that. I think that
Yeah.
might have been your exact words.
Yeah.
And, it was in Phoenix, Arizona. And I thought about it for a while, Tom, because I'm a thinker. I'm a big thinking guy, right? I like to think. And I get it. I understand. It's Arizona. I've got 3 distinct reasons that you'll see why it's obvious that people from Arizona would be sad and low energy. All right? So,
Number 1.
Arizona, Tom, follow me. 1, it's in the United States. So, like, strike 1,
Yep.
right? Like, that's, nobody likes that.
No
Right.
one likes it. Yep. Number
2, it's 2. It's the desert, right? It's just like sand and scorpions. It's like all it is. That's terrible.
Yep.
Nobody likes that.
Yep.
So they're
Number
bored.
3.
3, it's right below Utah. Ew. Right?
Yeah.
Like, ew. Nobody
Yeah.
likes that, right? Utah is the Wheeler Yuta of states. Mm-hmm. You see that? Utah sucks. Utah sucks.
I like
And
it.
so Arizona's right beneath it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Mm-hmm. So I can't blame them. I get it. It's a sad life.
You know when I knew that Phoenix was really a kind of retirement city, and if you like golf, that's really it?
Yeah.
Is when I went with my friends, my wife and I went with our friends to Phoenix to see a Phoenix Suns game. And my friend knows Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
And before they had met in person, my friend, who's a music producer, makes music for big name artists. Drake, J. Cole, West Side Gun. And so price to Kevin Durant wasn't like let me give them some suggestions of like economical things, right? Like he was like, they can do whatever they want, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So when my friend texted Kevin Durant, hey man, we're in Phoenix, what's there to do? And he said, nothing.
Nothing.
And he lives
Yeah.
there, or lived there.
Yeah.
Nothing. And
Yeah.
you know what we did when we hung out with them? Nothing. Because there was nothing to
there's nothing
do.
to do. So think about this, man. You can think of cities, right? Like, you just know things about cities, right? You know, like, oh, New Orleans, you're gonna go do the Mardi Gras and the all the Creole and all that stuff, right? New York's the big city. I'm gonna go do all that, right? The LA's got the beaches, or Vegas has got the gambling, or like, you know what I mean? Like, there's just these distinct things, but like, Magic City in Atlanta, right? You know things
Oh,
about
yeah.
cities. What have you ever heard about Phoenix?
Golf.
Do you know?
Literally,
do
it's
you know
it.
an establishment? Do you know a restaurant? Do you know?
I mean, it's just golf. Like
A
that's the
nightclub
thing.
area? I mean,
No.
like anything?
No,
Nothing.
no.
Nothing.
It's literally
Is
just
that
golf.
barbecue? Like, I mean,
Yeah.
I guess
They
maybe
got-
Phoenix is the golf capital. I guess. I don't know.
I mean, really, because that's what I think of. Like when everyone's like, "Hey, it's either like Tahoe or Phoenix." That's like the two. Then if you want to get to
Yeah.
like Scotland and stuff like that. But I'm saying in America, it's like those are the two places. And that was it. Like legitimately, when we were walking around after breakfast, because we got there pretty early, we're like, there's just golf courses.
Yeah.
And I don't like golf. It's like I'll say this. Golf to Phoenix is like gambling to Vegas.
Yeah. I was there 1 year for the Fiesta Bowl when K-State went to the Fiesta Bowl. It was against Syracuse at Donovan McNabb, right? But I also didn't see much of Phoenix, right? We were there for the thing, but I didn't recall them talking about great things that we had to do there while we were there before we left town. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. But anyway, there was, we'll talk about some of this. I don't think we gave them the greatest Let's Get Rowdy card either, right? But I do agree they could have reacted more to things that were happening. I feel like this was a great card when you're bullshitting. Like me and you have great ideas. Yeah,
But then if we actually maybe did it, it'd be like, maybe that wasn't a home run.
We wrote them all down and we're like,
right. Yeah.
Maybe we move this one next week. And then we'll put this. Yeah, this felt almost like if they had something between a Dynamite and a Collision, this is kind of what it felt like to me.
Well, and I think they could have pulled some triggers on some things, but let's talk about it. So the night kicks off with Samoa Joe. And Samoa Joe's backstage, and he's like, hey, Hangman, you piece of shit. You know what? I'm putting a bounty on your head because I just think you're a piece of shit. And you know who's going to collect that bounty? And Brian Keith walks up, and he's like, me.
That threw me for the loop right away, right? Because it was like, Brian Keith's still here, right?
Well, I think he was put on ice for a while, peeking behind the curtain, because I don't think we knew what we were doing with Chris Jericho.
Right. And now
I will say this, though. Well, I will say this. So Brian Keith did the, Hangman, you were the first person I faced here. I haven't forgot that, so I'm going to make you pay for it. Now, they did have Big Bill still walk out with Brian Keith. So it was like a reset, but like not a divorce from what we were just doing.
Yeah, they're still friends. They're Bill and Brian.
Yeah.
But, again, I can't get into that if Brian Keith is still wearing a fucking poncho and a goddamn snake-wrapped hat and shit and acting like an actual cowboy. Like, then let's get Big Bill a hat and some boots and let's ride, man.
Bill and Brian versus Davis and Doyle.
Yeah.
Versus Kyle.
Triple threat.
Oh, that's great. We get the bounty is going to be collected later tonight from Brian Keith, put on the head by Samoa Joe. So it looks like we're still running that out.
Samoa Joe also does these. He's wearing like he just got out of like Chili's, right? Like he's just like wearing like a button up, right? Like he's like, I just stopping by real quick on my way home to remind you I'm gonna fucking murder you.
I mean, maybe that's what it was too. He's like,
yeah, exactly, yeah.
I'll show up, but like, I'm
just the intensity. I'm like, man, it just doesn't fit. It's just like guy rose up from the other cubicle and was like, by the way, I'm gonna fucking rip your entrails out of your fucking throat. Wait a minute, what?
Maybe he was. Maybe he was.
Yeah, maybe.
All right, so we get our first match of the night. It was Darby Allin, who was just full of anger and vengeance, taking on Pac, who was indifferent and ambivalent.
More just business. Like, I'm going to do this myself, he said.
Yeah. Well, so that was interesting because we have Darby walk out, or, does his thing. He's in the ring. Then we have the Death Riders, and we get to the part where we catch Renee putting the microphone up there, and Pac's like, I'm doing this by myself. Here's the funny thing I thought about that. So everyone's like, all right, cool. They don't even really fully turn their back, and Darby Allin's like, I'm going to punch him in the face. It's
they just leave, yeah.
Yeah, they're like, okay, bye.
Hey, man, Pac says what Pac says. But I also think they just pulled that too soon, right? Because Pac up to this point has been like, whatever, and they're even saying just a job to punch a guy, right? Like, but he cared enough to be like, no, I have to prove that I can do this without you. Those two don't fit, right? That's what bothered me. It's like, we should have let this win happen, and then Pac be like, wait a minute, you know what I mean? And or something, you know what I mean? Or he beats him with the goons, right? Like, we need something there.
Well, because we kind of do that. So we get a good match here, right? We're doing all the fun stuff. We're going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Darby, at the end of the match, catches Pac in a Scorpion Deathlock, Yuta comes out.
Yep,
so
Yuta. Yep.
they're not all gone.
Yeah, they're not all in on it. True.
And so
We did get a little bit of a Yuta sucks. They tried. Phoenix tried.
Yeah.
Somebody out there gave it a go. It's
Yeah,
like they remember.
did.
They're like, oh, we're supposed to boo that chap.
Yeah, and so they they did something there. But obviously Darby dispatches of Yuta.
Yeah.
He gets the victory, but before he, makes Pac surrender, does he break his ankle? That's the part I didn't know if that was like.
Yeah. Are we maybe losing Pac for a bit and we needed to get
Is
a
he going back to
storyline
London?
where
Has he got another fucking work visa?
Yeah, yeah.
The other thing
Can you imagine Ice Agent trying to grab Pac?
Yeah.
Love to see that interaction.
Yeah. But the other thing that
What's your name, sir? I'm a bastard.
Yeah. Well, the other thing that is interesting with the Death Riders and why maybe they kind of just did this and got it over with isn't Moxley a babyface, right? So like
Yeah.
they're in this weird spot where we're like, Moxley, yay, Yuta,
But boo the rest of you. Yeah.
suck a dick.
Marina,
but then like
boo, yeah.
But then like Claudio's just like, yeah.
And
I'm
we've
glad.
always liked him. We've been kind of
Yeah.
forcing the booing of him here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that is interesting. I hadn't really wrestled with that yet. That like, well, if we're supposed to be saying like Mox is one of the cool ones now,
And he's the leader.
then why are we scared of this death that these guys are riding upon, I don't
Yeah. Well, I mean, you could be like, yeah, they're going to give death to the bad guys, but it's like
Right.
Darby's not a bad guy.
Right?
Unless you write it down on paper. Because like I said last week, someone who's like, give me a match, and the person says no, and then they go, well, I'll break your fucking ankle if you don't. That's a bad guy.
And then I'll break your ankle in the match anyway. That is
Yeah.
a bad guy.
That's a bad guy. But Darby has the fun face paint.
It's Darby,
Come on,
yeah.
Darby. Look at
Sting.
him. Yeah. Yeah, it's Sting's buddy.
Yeah.
Sting.
Yeah.
So
Do you
yeah.
think how much sleep at night does Sting's actual son, who's like trying to now become a wrestler, how much sleep does he lose at night when he watches like our podcast and we're just like, Sting's son comes in? He's like,
Yeah, and
damn
then-
it.
Yeah. Hey, it stings.
Dad,
Son.
why did you have to do that with Darby?
Well, here's the question I got for you is it was confirmed, so again, not reading through the dirt sheets or whatever, that one of Sting's sons had a dark match in AEW.
Yeah.
So, I
we
assume
get-
that means he's going to get signed. So do we do a Sting mentor Darby for
Yes.
Darby to mentor whatever we're going to call
No,
him?
we get custody of Sting on a pole match between Sting's two sons.
I mean,
Russo this.
well, one thing that would be interesting, because again, I've always said, and they do this pretty well, so it's not like a huge like motherfucker AEW, but one thing that I've always said is be as different as you can from everything else, but don't go TNA and like shoot and kill people in segments, and then we're supposed to like,
Sammy
Whatever.
Callahan can disappear.
yeah,
The hell
don't do
was.
that.
I literally one time I was like, I'm gonna give TNA a shot. And in the first 15 minutes, Sammy Callahan literally appeared and disappeared while talking to somebody. I was like, I'm out. I'm
Yeah.
out. I'm just out. I'm not watching this.
So silly. But wouldn't it be interesting if Sting turns on Darby, but through his son, where he's like, yeah, you were my favorite tag team partner, but you were never
Yeah, but you
the
weren't family.
bat guy. Yeah, you
Yeah.
weren't having the bat. That belongs to my
Yeah.
son.
Yeah.
And then, wouldn't that be interesting? Because then you get like some, hopefully you put over the son in the process, but then...
Because then, where that comes down to is like after some match, Darby's like holding the bat and the son gets mad and he rips it away and they kind of start fussing over it and Sting somebody's like, hey, guys. And then just whap!
hits Darby and is like,
Yeah.
that's my son,
Fucking
idiot.
uppercuts him off the foot. I'll say this.
Ooh.
Darby did one where it felt reminiscent of how they used to tell Mick Foley. I was like, dude, it is a Dynamite in January 14th. Calm it down, man. You
Yeah, no.
did not need to flip twice over on this uppercut, right? Like,
Yeah.
dude, it's Phoenix, man.
He doesn't. Yeah, they don't give a shit. They're ready to golf. Yeah. I just don't think he can. I think it's just like, hey, I'm either doing it this way or I'm not doing it at all.
Doing it. Yeah.
It's like I had a friend in high school, and he ran track. The thing that was the hardest for him, though, was practice, because he didn't know how to practice. Because he would always say, he's like, I'm going to run or I'm not. But, we would do like 3 laps to warm up. And he's like, fuck that. No. Put me on the start line, and I'm going to run. Yeah. And so it's like, that's how I feel like Darby is, where it's like, hey, man, you're not going to go through the motions. He's
hype.
Like, I
stay hype.
I mean, a little bit, right? Where it's just like, I don't know how to do that. That's not a thing that I do.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see what happens with the Death Riders. Like I said,
that was we're gonna talk about it later. But when Ricochet, when they were like, "Why don't you just take him out?" But we get paid to do that.
Ricochet. I'll say it now, and I'll probably bring it up again. But Ricochet had such a great line to Excalibur, where Excalibur says some smart ass back to Ricochet, and Ricochet goes, "I will smack you in the face with a brick," but like the pause in it. It's like, I'll smack you in the face. Oh, okay. With a brick. And he's like, oh, dude. Right. It was great. All right. So we have Darby Allin defeat Pac. Then, bouncy time. We get the bounty hunter, Brian Keith. And he walks out there and he takes on Hangman Adam Page, who apparently had all the budget for the pyro, because son of a bitch did that go off. It was all the shit, right?
We were out there in Arizona. They thought these people cheer for a cowboy.
Yeah, and boy, did they. I will say he did get a good reaction.
Yeah.
But then, it was like, hey, this is cool shit. And they're like, uh-huh.
No, but he's going to wrestle Brian Keith, which, again, Brian Keith is fine. I'm not shitting on Brian Keith.
Yeah.
The Brian Keith is fine. I just, it is, again, we're in the situation where Brian Keith, they kind of were left in this no man's land, and now he's here, and it just feels like filler, right?
Well, here's the thing that I think they should work on. Again, in my opinion, this is hindsight's 2020, so obviously, right, like I can easily sit here and armchair quarterback it, but this is what I would do. Then he has to collect bounties, right?
Yes.
You could do it for mid-card guys. Have fucking... they're not in AEW anymore, or maybe they are, but let's just say hypothetically, have Private Party collect or put a bounty on Top Flight's head, and Brian Keith takes him out. And then he gets paid. And then we're like, oh, wow, so this shit could actually happen. But when you just tell me the bounty hunter, and then here he goes trying to collect a bounty on Hangman, and it just loses.
I guess the thing where I might put a twist on it, because to me, like, it muddies the waters, right? So if me and you are feuding, and I'm like, and we're trying to make a TV show about showing Tim and Tom feuding, well, Tim hires Brian Keith, take out Tom. Well, now Tom's got to fight Brian Keith for a little bit. You know what I mean? Now, I guess that is a good way to stall in some regards, but maybe if they flipped it on, like, Tom is being a bitch and won't fight Tim, right? You keep running away. And now I hire the bounty that says, now you got to wrestle Brian Keith. If Brian Keith beats you, you got to fight Tim. Right.
Well, the way I would have used it, and, to their credit, they didn't do a lot right. But APA during the Attitude Era was perfect, where it was just like, you had Funaki, who had a problem with Val Venus. Well, fuck, Funaki can't beat up Val Venus, but you know who can? These two fucking guys, and there they go, and whoop, whop, and
it does work good with the tag team things, though, that can attack a singles guy, because that makes sense where that, like, Val Venus isn't like, give me a match with, Farouk and Bradshaw now. Like, no. Like, all right, I'll just take my ass whooping.
Yeah, well, then to your
point, have
point,
it be Bill and Brian.
Yeah. And here you go. One step farther. Let's take it one step farther. Instead of Bill and Brian, even though that is a fun thing to say, they're just the bounty hunters.
Yeah, the bounty
They're
hunters.
the bounty hunters.
Bill and Brian, the bounty hunters.
Yeah, because you don't have to be a cowboy.
Yeah.
Case in point, wasn't that one guy that looked like a methed
dog
out
bounty hunter? Yeah.
Yeah.
He
like that.
should do that. He should dress up just like that fucking guy.
He's got the hair.
Could be the bounty hunters. One's the cowboy, one's him, and they're just Bill and Brian, the bounty hunters.
Yeah.
God damn it. Why aren't we millionaires?
I mean, that would be fun too, right? Wouldn't that be fun?
Oh, yeah, he had the full, like, faded mullet.
Yeah.
And oh, my God damn it. And then we got to get him the whole entourage, right? We got to get him his whole fucking family following him.
Well, the thing also that would work for him is that Brian Keith can do the matches with the fast guys.
No, I'm straight up. I'm pulling a fucking Keith Lee and stealing the gimmick and the whole thing. Brian Keith, you're off the ROH. I'm sorry. I'm taking the bounty hunter gimmick. I'm putting it on Bill. He's going to do the dog thing, and we're going to get him a whole cast of characters like it's his fucking family on that show. Sorry, Brian Keith. Thanks for the gimmick. You're gone. This is just Bill the bounty hunter now, and he's just a dog ripoff. And we're going to have his whole fucking family on.
I think it's great.
Let's do it.
I think you introduce it with Brian Keith, and then
then you feud him out.
He just gets too far into it. Like Brian Keith is like, brother, what the hell? You have a mullet now, and he's like, what, man? This helps. And then like Tim, you know how much fun you could have? Because you could have him go like, I'm collecting a bounty on Kenny Omega, and Brian Keith's like, no one has that on him.
Yeah,
he does. Yeah, he does.
I'm getting it. It doesn't matter.
I'm getting it. Yeah, someone's gonna pay for it. I know they will. You don't think Don Callis will pay for that? And it's like, Bill, what the fuck? And then the next day, like he has Chew in, right? Like he's doing the Chew thing.
You almost like Tony Storm has to somehow pass this like time disease on to him or something, right? Yeah. He just becomes Bill. Yeah. Where he's just out of his mind. People are like, dude, stop. You're not this guy. What are you doing? Yeah. He's like, gotta collect them bounties.
Tim, oh my God. If you did have him go out of his mind, I'm just thinking of the fun segments. You know who could be like, this place is fucking crazy? RJ City, right? Yes. RJ City's just like, what is happening in AEW? And then like, Dog the Bounty Hunter, Tony Storm walks this way, he walks that way. He's like, what the fuck is this place?
Yeah. Then Kyle walks by.
He's just like, and then he's like, but I can't get a graphic. Yeah, that would be
exactly.
Perfect. That would be perfect.
Oh, but AEW was too much for everybody.
Exactly. Yes. All right, so Hangman Adam Page wins, and then afterwards he says, Samoa Joe, you go collect that bounty, you dumbass, and all that stuff. But I forgot to mention, actually, let me back up a step. Before he actually wins, Bill, trying to interrupt, gets his ass kicked by Swerve. Swerve comes in there and goes, get off, Hangman, you bitch. And instantly I thought tag team champs. I thought next pay-per-view, Swerve and Hangman versus FTR. I mean, can you get a fucking bigger tag team match? I don't think you can, right? But we didn't go that route because afterwards, Hangman says what he said about Samoa Joe. Swerve gets on the microphone and was like, MJF, we're coming after this title. You're a wanted man. It's me and him. And so you're like, oh, okay, cool. We're going to run back the three of them. Well, LOL, because then Kenny Omega walks out. What I thought was interesting about Kenny Omega, one, is he said, I had time later, but I figured I'd just come out now.
Yeah.
That was interesting, right? Where it's like, no, I'm just going to fuck with you guys.
Well, it explains, like, why I'm here and, like, why I'm just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, well, it's good to come out and talk, but, like, fuck you.
Now, I sent you the picture that Swerve posted on his Instagram, but Hangman gets on the microphone and was like, hey, if we're all going for the championship, just know, Kenny, I will kick your ass. Basically, like a nice way of saying, like,
may the best man win, but like,
may the best man win, but it's going to be me again. Remember the last time. Yeah. And they shake hands, but they're kind of buddy all the while.
Swerve's stink eyeing him the whole time.
Swerve's like, who the fuck is moving in on my new best friend?
None of this. Yeah.
Hangman's my friend, not yours, Kenny. That's how I took it. It wasn't like a fuck both these guys. It was oh, now I get a friend and someone wants to take him from me. You know, because even Prince Nana was doing a little of this.
Yeah. Well, so we got the comment, like you said, on the post, but also, he made it very clear, right? Like he was eyeing them down, didn't like them.
Where do you think we're going? You think it's a triple threat at the next pay-per-view?
Triple threat between all of them to determine the number one contender. Yeah,
I don't.
That makes sense. Where we get MJF a little bye month, right?
Yeah. Well, because I just don't think you'd want to do another 4-way where 3 of the guys are the same from the last pay-per-view.
Yeah, I agree. It doesn't make sense.
You know.
Yeah, probably that. But, I mean, is Hangman going to be a trios champ? Or are we about to...
Well, we'll get to that here in a moment.
Yeah.
Man, that is the most disappointing news. We'll talk a little bit of the wrestling news because apparently everyone else is. Even though we don't like to talk about it, feels like we have to, but we'll get there in a moment. So, they kind of say all their thing. And this is where, as you were kind of saying, the AEW Dynamite episode could have been better because it's called Maximum Carnage. We just end this segment with Hangman's music playing. Hangman walks out.
Yeah. And
Swerve walks out.
Big sad. Right?
Yeah. And then Kenny Omega's just like, hey, everyone, good night. Bang. And it's just like...
I know everybody's got a catchphrase, but that one has always been weird to me. I don't know what it means. I don't know how it started, so I'm not going to comment on it. I guess it may have like a lore to it, but like, all right.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense at all to me. I'm like, all right, I'm fine.
And so we kind of just do a mwah, bang.
Yeah, that whole thing. Yeah.
And then, honestly, the most disappointing part of the whole episode. Then Don Callis's noise, because it's not music, noise hits. And Don Callis does the whole, you're a bitch, Kenny.
I don't get it, man. I understand the concept of these two are going to hate each other forever. I get that.
Yes, but give it some room. Give it some room to
Don
breathe.
Callis doing enough? Like, doesn't he got enough, man?
Yeah, but just like, my thing that is aggravating is it doesn't give any, like, breath. Because it's like Kenny Omega now is moving to the world title picture. Actually, he's not because he's taking on Josh Alexander from the Don Callis family.
No, here's what it tells me. We're going to explain why Kenny Omega couldn't win this triple threat by Don Callis' goons are going to come out and fuck with him. And then he's going to be tied up in a fucking fight with Josh Alexander, whoever it is.
I hope not.
That's what's going to happen. That's exactly what's going to happen. Because otherwise, Kenny Omega had to have won that match, right? Like, he certainly wouldn't have lost to Hangman and Swerve. So, like...
I don't know.
Don Callis.
As far as... I hope not. That would be the worst possible outcome if they did that. But
that's what happens.
Essentially, what we get here
distracts them long enough so that, you know what I mean, Swerve and Hangman have their little, we're still friends, right? Even though I punched you in the nuts to win the match?
No, you can't do that. You should elevate Kenny and then have Hangman and Swerve with them and then Kenny and MJF. Yeah. But that's just what... Anyhow, what we get, though, for the end of the segment is next week on Dynamite, it's going to be Kenny Omega and Josh Alexander. Neat. Then we get some fun. So we go backstage, and I think it was, I forget how exactly it went down, but Jonathan Cruz was being interviewed, and he's kind of just...
No, it was
Brody King.
Brody King was being interviewed on the
Okay, that's what, and then he ran into Jonathan Cruz.
John Cruz comes up and says, "Hey, tell your fucking homeboy," right?
That's what it was. Yeah.
He's like, "Don't fucking touch me again," right? Whatever. He's like, "All right, cool, I won't, because it's my turn now."
Yeah, and then he goes, that's right, because Jonathan Cruz is like, "Hey, Bandido can't be touching me like that."
Yeah.
And then Brody King's like, "Well, actually, I'm gonna fight you because we have the next standby match."
Yeah.
And Jonathan Cruz is like, "I'm not dressed." Like,
he was like, "Excuse me."
Yeah. He's really good.
He's so good. Yeah, he's fun.
The way I thought about using him, and I always just want to use, like, when I say this, I don't mean like beat for beat, but I'm saying like steal the vibes, right?
Yeah.
So obviously do not say, and I'm not saying that Jonathan Cruz is this person, at least I don't know anything about him, so I don't hope he's this person, but use him like James Ellsworth, right? Where he's just like, "Oh, motherfucker, really?"
Yeah.
Big Bill, like, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You know,
like, I'll fight anybody. I don't want to, but I will. Right?
Yeah. Now, we get Brody King, Jonathan Cruz. Essentially, nothing happens here, right? It's a huge smack in the chest.
I mean, a swan or a fucking backdrop or whatever.
Yeah,
like he just fucking
and he kills. Air quotes.
He did do a good, like, he tries to, like, do the crossbody, and he just fucking bounces right off of him. That was good.
The thing that I thought was fun, though, is so Brody King just dismantles Jonathan Cruz, right? Then he gets on the microphone, and he's like...
Oh, pause. The best spot was Jonathan Cruz went up, and instead of the, like, walk away Samoa Joe, he just fucking he just uppercutted him right when he like
Oh yeah.
jumped on the and he just
like a street fighter.
Yeah, and he just fucking straight fell back.
Yeah. But what I thought was fun, I guess you could say, is Brody King wins the match. Then he gets on the microphone and he's like, "Hey, Bandido, can't wait for you're gonna be the champion." Okay, but did you see the social media clip? So on Instagram, if you go on their AEW Instagram, which one I don't know because they've got 3 that all do the same thing. Silly, but Jonathan Cruz is being seen by the medical staff.
I haven't seen this.
And MJF walks up. He's like, "Hey, man, I'm taking on Bandido tonight. You got to translate to let him know that I'm kicking his ass." And Jonathan Cruz isn't making any noise. He's just laying there. He's like, "Hey, all right, well, then you're fired." And he just walks off. And so he got fired being unconscious in the medic room. So I thought that was really great.
That's great.
Yeah.
I fucking love MJF. That's the best. Yeah, Jonathan Cruz he can definitely fit the Santino spot vibe, right? Like, just...
Yeah. Well, and if he is a legit, like, he can translate, I know, because they announced it, we got rid of old Alex,
Abraham Lincoln
Marvez.
or whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
Alex
yeah.
Abrahantes. Yeah.
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 And he is corny as fuck.
Yes.
Move Jonathan Cruz into that role, you know? Look, if Don Callis' family is going to be 700 deep, and we're just going to do faction warfare, which again, wrestlers have friends, so I'm totally cool with, then we need to be pushing to the forefront in a similar fashion. Stokely Hathaway, put a faction with Jonathan Cruz. Like, you know what I mean? Put these personalities in front of our face, and then the wrestlers can just do wrestling matches.
Have them have groups of people doing their bidding. They're leading teams, right? Then they don't have to wrestle.
Yeah.
They can stay the same. That's what we said worked very well with that Heenan family for a long time. Heenan was able to be the villain for so many people by cycling in who he was using as his monster of the week.
Well, and because they love, AEW that is, they love the idea of like Kevin Knight versus Swerve, right?
Yeah.
But what they kind of struggle with, if it's not the Continental Classic, is how do we get there, right? So if you just put these guys with the Swerves, or excuse me, with the Stokely Hathaways or Jonathan Cruzes, you could have a good guy too, right? A good guy faction. Have Renee Paquette be a fucking faction leader, right? Like, doesn't all have to be dudes. But then that's what you could do. Renee and Don Callis get into like a kind of a fuck you argument. And then Renee goes, all right, well, the next week, I'm making this up, John Moxley versus Kyle Fletcher. And then there you go. We got a fucking fantasy match, but it's because these two had a spat.
Tino Ibarra in chat says John Cruz should come up with a third personality for his translating job.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, look, we just came up with a fucking Big Bill as a bounty hunter from Dog the Bounty Hunter, so why not? Yeah, let's fucking do that too.
I already forgot that we did that. That's the best idea we might have ever come up with in the history of this show.
I love it. I love it. All right, so after Brody King gets his Bandido, can't wait for you to be the champion, we get into a four-way
So, is the heel turn coming?
Go ahead.
Is that why he's harping on it? Are we getting the heel turn with Brody King?
Okay, let's fast forward. If you're listening to the podcast, you know how the episode ends. So we'll get to MJF beating Bandido.
Yeah.
But then MJF attacks Bandido, Brody King chases him off. Here's what I'll say. Because we've talked about this, and then I thought to myself, I'm a fucking idiot. We've said, wouldn't it be fucking cool if Brody King, like this, came out and just conquered the world as like a heel badass? No. Because you can't have him, essentially, being the abolish ICE guy and then a bad guy.
The bad guy, right.
Right? Like,
he's got to be the good guy.
I mean, look, if you did it, whoo, you're alienating AEW fans. You might get that MAGA Mania crowd coming over, but like, I ain't gonna be a fan of that, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I don't know if you are gonna do that.
Yeah.
But I also don't think you can have Bandido.
I don't think Bandido as a heel works, especially for a long term. Like, again, he's not out there doing like dialogue driven storylines, you know?
Yeah. The way I would do it, after
Tino said,
watching,
especially when his best friend is Mexican, not a good look. Well, yeah,
Yes.
that's right. Yeah, right.
Right, that's what I was saying. The ice and the Mexican. The way I was honestly thinking about it, how you could get a match, because I think they have to wrestle each other, right? It has to happen. We can't have all these teams just nicely shake hands and just go their separate ways, right? Eventually, fucking people have to fight.
Yeah.
Now, you could do it babyface style, because here's what I would do. So, Bandido just lost to MJF. Mm-hmm. Well, what did Bandido promise Brody King if he became champion? He would get the first title shot.
Right.
Bandido, in the sense of, as we saw when they were losing matches, he was like, oh, it's all my fault. He does another kind of my fault thing and goes, so what I'll do to make it up for you is at the next Ring of Honor pay-per-view, the ROH title will be up for grabs, me and you, because you're my best friend. And then there you go.
Or you have kind of similar to what you were talking about. We need these managers leading folks. Stokely or John Cruz starts getting in Bandido's ear, being like, "You lost because you're hanging around with this guy." So we could get Bandido heel. Like I said, he's not doing a lot of dialogue driven. Well, if we get the dialogue in somebody else's hands,
yeah,
and Bandido might speak English well, but what I'm saying is I haven't heard him cut like a promo where I'm like, "That moved me." You know what I mean?
Yes.
So like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? I think we need a dastardly heel. We do not need to put him in the Don Callis family.
No.
Honestly. But, like, if a John Cruz was leading him or a Stokely or something along that.
Smart Mark Sterling.
Right. You know what I mean?
Well, because he has his little faction in Ring of Honor. So
Exactly.
there you go.
There it is, right.
But I think you could have Bandito say, I apologize. You still earn or need a title shot. So go after I'll give you this one. And said, because I didn't get that one. Do that.
Yep. Yeah.
But, all right, let's get back into linear order here. So next up, we get a 4-way tag match. The winner earns a future. Didn't say at Revolution, just said future. Right. AEW World Tag Team Championship match against FTR. We have in this match the Don Callis family represented by Davis and Doyle. PD. I'm a buddy cop. I'm too old for this shit. Like, it's just Lethal Weapon.
Davis Doyle, get down here now.
Yeah. Oh, goddamn.
What is this I'm hearing about you breaking? Yeah.
Why did I find protein powder on your office desk? Sir, it was cocaine. What? That's even worse.
Every fucking time.
They are taking on Jet Speed of Mike Bailey and the Jet, Kevin Knight. Also in the match, the Young Bucks, who aren't young.
Jet Speed should start doing that now. Every time they're like, that's why Jet Speed. We'll see you on Sunday. Maybe they shouldn't do that.
Well, Speedball should. Kevin Knight's cool, right?
Yeah. He should almost just be like, yeah, we'll see you Sunday. We got you Sunday, man. I like that where, like, he's cool. He knows his friend's a nerd, but he's not ashamed of his nerd friend. He's just like, yeah, man, we got you Sunday. We'll be there. Yeah. Come on, Speedball.
Yeah.
Watch out. Don't step on that leg over there, man.
Well, it's like, what do you expect? He doesn't wear shoes when he wrestles.
Yeah, exactly,
you think this guy's going to be cool?
That's the thing. He's like, watch out. Don't step on that leg.
Wait a minute. Look, he could be like, here's a fun interview segment I'm thinking of. So we're backstage. Renee's talking to Jet Speed, and they're like gearing up for their match against the Young Bucks. A few weeks away, right? And Speedball does you know what, Young Bucks? You haven't seen a team like Jet Speed. And then, like, he steps to the side, and Kevin Knight's like, yeah, Dynamite, Young Bucks, we're gonna get you. But Speedball the entire time is going,
yes. The Young Bucks would be perfect for that too, because they would be like, "Is this fucking guy for real?"
Yeah.
Like, even looking at Kevin Knight, and he's just playing it too cool. He's just like, "Yeah, so Saturday on the 14th." Right? He's not even paying attention to him over there. Not bothered that the Young Bucks are bothered by it. He's like, "Kick your ass Friday." Right? They're like, "What is going on here?" Yeah. That's another one where RJ City's got to be like, "I don't fucking know."
I don't. Yeah. Anytime we do something silly, RJ City needs to just walk through.
Yeah, he's got to be like adding it to a list. Be like, damn.
What is going on here? But they are in a match also with GOA, Toa Leona and Bishop Khan. Mm-hmm. And we get
Ricochet on commentary.
And Ricochet and Don Callis on commentary. That's where we get a little bit of button heads, but also
I like that
you know,
because
fuck Excalibur.
they said like, all right, you hired a bounty, which again, another bounty, right? To take out them. He's like, why didn't you do it yourself? And he's like, well, we get paid to do that. But the whole in that story is, so does the Don Callis family members. They get paid to wrestle too.
Well, but Don Callis doesn't, and so that's where he's like, I'll take that money.
That's true.
And you know what I mean? Yeah. But this match was your, you know, kind of flips and shits. Hey, 1, 2, 3. Hey.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, you know what'd be cool? What if one team split and they did each other's finishers? Whoa.
Yeah, back to back. Yeah.
Speedball and Matt Jackson do the EVP trigger. Whoa. Whoa. Zany. You know, okay. The right team wins here, though.
Tom, hey, listen, I'm going to give you a whole lot of credit here. You encapsulated the feel of these kind of matches exquisitely with that description.
Yeah.
Oh my God, they trained
Willikers
and did the finishers.
Oh man.
At the these two did that finisher, and these two did that.
Wait a minute, they're all going to do a drop kick at the same time? Wow. Wowzers. Yeah.
Wowzers.
You know?
Does feel like they're out there going, wowzers.
Wow. We probably heard that at fucking
Gee
Dynamite
Willikers,
show
did you
before.
see this, Jeff?
Yeah. This is swell. Oh, man. What a good sporting match. Okay. The right team won here, though. Davis and Doyle defeat the 3 other teams.
I'm telling you, I like this. This is... If you would have told me, hey, we're going to bring out some other Don Callis team, it's going to be just 2 dudes with a beard, they're just going to be called Davis and Doyle, they're not going to say anything, I would have been like, this is a stupid idea. But I like this. This team fits. Yeah, this works.
Well, and again, because they're so massive, the Don Callis family that is, if, let's just say, because they're going to face FTR, let's just hypothetically say that they win the tag team championships off of FTR, Murder Machine, assuming Brian Cage gets healthy, is like, well, what the fuck is this?
That's why he's got to be like, you were injured.
Yeah.
Be like, I was
I'm
injured.
back. I'm back now, so I want the first shot. Well, no, you got to win some matches.
Yeah.
Why? And then all of a sudden,
yeah, maybe he's like, I don't know, like, and then like, is your partner ready? And then even like fucking Lance Archer can be like, I don't know, I'm kind of over it. You know what I mean? Then fucking Brian Cage be like, what?
Well, what would be fun? Because we haven't pulled the trigger on Takeshita getting kicked out of the Don Callis family either, right? And so essentially we still have Okada as just an agitator within the Don Callis family because he fucked over Kyle Fletcher in the Continental Classic. He obviously hates Takeshita. I would have him be the devil on the shoulder for each team, right? So again, give the belts to Davis and Doyle. You get Okada to whisper in Lance Archer's ear, hey, doesn't everyone die? Why do they have the titles and you don't?
Yeah.
And then he's like, that's a good point. And then Brian Cage is like, yeah, I think that is a good point. And then you could have Okada go over to Davis and Doyle and be like, hey, the OGs think that you're not worth the spot in the Don Callis family. And they're, you don't think we can fucking, we're the champions. Yeah. And then, and you just have Okada just like, bitch, and just like flip him off. Yeah. And then Don Callis is like, what the fuck is happening? You know?
All the while, RJ sitting in the back, just shaking his fucking,
what is this
place?
Yeah. So yeah, we get, after the match, FTR with Stokely Hathaway still selling the injury in a wheelchair, just wheeling it out there. And we get a
what
little
a job,
skirmish.
right? He's got to sit around and be like, how can I be super annoying today? How can I be, you know what I mean?
Well, and he even flinches. He even flinches when FTR and Davis and Doyle start to fight. He's like, when the fucking people. But the fight ends up, I guess, getting so real that bald FTR lost a shoe. Did you catch that?
Yeah.
He's walking out. You lost the fight if a shoe comes off.
If a shoe came off. Especially you somehow now have it in your hand. One thing if like your shoe just came off and you don't know where the fuck that thing is. But if you're now like shaking it at somebody, something went terribly wrong for you.
Yeah, something went bad. Oh, another point in this match that I forgot to mention though is before the finish, Ricochet does try to insert himself on behalf of his team GOA, and Jungle Jack Perry runs down and he says, "You ain't getting a part of this match." So we getting Jack Perry versus Ricochet for that red championship?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what it's going to be now, isn't it? Right? Just the red championship. Because, like, what? I don't care about.
Just call them colors. I'm the red champion. I'm the blue champion.
So
I'm the tangerine.
A match
champion.
of Jack Perry versus Ricochet feels weird and like out of place, and it feels no less so with this random title involved.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And look, I'm wearing the shirt. I got it in the new AEW crate.
Yep.
It looks great. I do like it. I still like Jurassic Express as a concept. Go back to the scapegoat. You were so much more interesting as, like, again, a Raven-esque character where you don't have to be a bad guy. Like, there were times when Raven was a babyface, right?
100%.
So that's just more interesting
Well, like we
than
said,
now you
a
have
lot
a
of the
knife.
things you'd write up about Darby are technically a bad guy.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
like we just like him, you know? So
Right.
like you could ride that line.
Yeah, it's just because now you have a fucking big knife, you're not interesting like this.
Yeah, again, I don't need Son of Skinner here.
Yeah.
I don't know what this is.
And if Luchasaurus is legitimately hurt, like they say he is with the shoulder injury, then there you go. That's your whole way to get back to the character. Well, now I'm left all alone. No one wants me here anyhow. Blah, 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 blah. He gets all moody. Young Bucks try to get him out of it. He doesn't want to. Ricochet makes fun of him. There's the match. Scapegoat Ricochet. There it is.
Yeah, we can make any match with Ricochet because all he's got to do is make fun of somebody.
Ricochet
You know what I mean?
is hitting on all cylinders. Yeah, he's an MVP for what I think is AEW's mid-card. All right. Then, as you had mentioned, Skyflight. Oh, excuse me. This is actually Skyflight. Skyflight mentions they're going to fight everybody.
Right.
So they got this new girl. What's her name here? I wrote it down. Zeta Steel.
Yeah.
Who she loves to move on every move that anyone says, even when she says it.
But this was one where I was like, Skyflight is a thing. I forgot. You know, here we are on Dynamite. With just them again. Like, okay.
By the way, though, I found out through social media. So when Zeta Steel calls out Marina Shafir, the first thing that she says is, "You know me." Now, I had to watch it back because I didn't catch it in real time. That is a diss and a callback to one of the worst promos of all time from Marina Shafir. Remember when she had just left Vicky Guerrero and she's like, "You know me. You know who I am. You know I'm dangerous." And so she's just talking shit going, "You know me." That's a good fuck you. That's a deep cut. I like that. Respect to Zeta Steel for that. But Skyflight calls out everyone. They said, El Colon, Josh Alexander, Kyle Fletcher, Death Riders, Marina Shafir. You're all getting it. No, you're not.
Probably not from y'all.
And so then we move on. Then we get a trios match, and I was shocked about this. Now, hold on. I do want to bring back an old classic just to make sure that we're correct. Yep, Tim.
Oh,
it's right before the main event.
So it's time.
You know what, everyone? It's time for the women. Getting that old Excel spreadsheet back out.
Look, what's old is new, Tom.
Yeah. Hey, there's maybe new AEW fans, and so they got to get back into the fold of how these shows work. Yeah, right for the main event. It's always the women.
Women.
Tony Khan said, "Well, my laptop isn't powered up, so I just guess we're going to use this old Excel spreadsheet that I printed off. Well, it says the women are right there, so write in some women's names." Oh, okay.
Women.
Yeah. The women. Got to do better. But this was a cool match. It's a trios match. It features the Triangle of Madness, which we'll get over the name. Tekla, pretty cool. Sky Blue, believable. And Julia Hart. And they take on the AEW Women's World Champion, Chris Statlander, and the AEW Women's World Tag Team Champions, the Babes of Wrath, which consist of Harley Cameron and Willow Nightingale,
who's the TBS champion as well.
and who's also the TBS champion. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, hold on. Does that mean they have all the women's championships?
They do, huh? Yeah, because there is
Yeah,
no
those
other.
three.
They ain't got a continental title. They ain't got an international title. They ain't got a national title.
Well, that just even makes it even more impressive because the Triangle of Madness
Beat them.
gets the victory. And this wasn't Statlander turned on Willow or nothing like that.
This wasn't we held them down with a razor wire. This was just, we beat you. They've never sold Tekla as like a cheat to win heel or whatever. They've sold her as like, she'll beat your ass.
Yeah. And again, I don't like the name, but I like the concept. I do like their video. When they come out, the Triangle of Madness with like the cuts and all of that, it's kind of spooky brood-like.
I'm even fine with it all. I just want you guys in storyline, somehow in canon, to do something spooky. I don't want you to just be the goth club that comes out to flashing lights.
Yeah.
I need you to think somebody's fearful that like you're going to torture them or like,
Yeah, they
steal
tried
their fucking liver and sell it on the dark.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
They tried to do it a little bit when they were beating up girls to get that match with Jamie Hayter so Tekla could get. But yeah, since then nothing. But
like some girls need to get kidnapped or like, you know what I mean? Like just
we've talked about that.
Not know where they're
that Daniel Garcia capturing Jack Perry, that kind of stuff. Yeah,
somebody needs to wake up in a bathtub of ice. You know what I mean? Like, you can just be like, oh, shit, right? Something.
Yeah. But again, my thing that I'm going to say, and I don't mean to be mean, but I'm going to say it again. Julia Hart, you ain't it.
Yeah.
You ain't it in this group.
Pulling off the spooky.
You're not pulling off. Yeah. Just go be just go be with Anna Jay and Ty Mello. That's what you're obviously for. You know what I mean? Like, be that trio, right? If you're going to, let's do women's trios, and there's your trios.
It's not pulling it like, look, if you personally like, stylings of that, right? Of like, gothic things and dark things and that kind of thing, that's one thing, but like, you're not pulling it off as a believable character, unfortunately. You know what I mean? Like, it just isn't happening.
Again, her coolest part was that she stood next to Brody King, and the dichotomy of little blonde girl next to big man with tattoos visually looked fucking cool. And it was cool. But now she's hanging with some bad bitches, and we can tell you ain't on that level.
Tekla, and this is not even like, not even talking about the character, I'm just talking about looking at this human, gives me the like, watch out, she might shiv you in the kidneys at any moment, just because she like had an intrusive thought. Right? She gives that vibe. If she's not really that way in real life, she does an amazing job at her character work, right? Because that's the vibe she legitimately gives off. Sky Blue is a little closer to the like, I'm like, here's a person giving off a good wrestling vibe for the gimmick they're trying to hit, right? Like, you're doing it.
See,
Julia Hart is just not.
Yeah,
Julia Hart is missing the boat on all
Julia Hart, hang out with Anna Jay. This is how I feel. I feel like Sky Blue has the like, you want to hear some real shit? And you're like, oh, what? Like, she doesn't talk to anyone, but if you do talk to her, all of a sudden...
She's disappeared somebody before, right?
Yeah.
Like that missing person?
Yeah. What happened to Queen... Yeah, what happened to Queen Aminata?
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't hear? Right?
Yeah, Julia Hart, or I mean, Sky Blue does look like she knows exactly how much and at what rate she can feed you antifreeze without you detecting it before you start, and it eventually kills you.
She also looks like she's in some weird shit. Like in high school, I bet you like her friends used to lick each other's eyeballs, that kind of shit. Like, oh, that's weird, Like it's harmless, but it's also really fucking weird. Like that's how she feels. Tekla feels like kind of like what you would say. And this isn't me being, I'm trying not to be mean. I do not intend this to be mean. I feel like she would try to like stab you at the lunch table with a butter knife. And you're like, that doesn't do anything. But like, oh, it could,
Well, I mean,
but you know what I mean?
Enough to make you,
right, but like,
you're going to the hospital from it, I'll tell you that.
They're like, you know what I mean? It's like, you don't use that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I like
between these ribs, you're going to think differently with them.
Yeah. I like them. It's just Julia Hart just sticks out like a sore thumb every time.
Yes.
But they get the victory.
We're still not quite there. I think
Right.
there's something we can do with Julia Hart. She's clearly athletic. She's got a drive.
Yeah.
She wants to do this. It's not to shit
Anna
on
Jay.
any of these workers, but yeah, I don't feel like the vibe's quite hitting because of these
Anna Jay.
inconsistencies, yeah.
And then you go put Ty Mello back with Sammy Guevara, have them make out every fucking chance they get in Ring of Honor. There you go.
I've even said that you could switch her to the I'm taking over like a corporate style like way, like it's my time to shine. She turns into like I'm here to
Miss
battle
Hancock.
the CEO. I'm the real CEO, right? Like that kind of thing, you know.
Or like a Miss Hancock, like Stacy
Yes.
Keibler in WCW,
Right.
you know?
Yeah, like a
Something
woman's
that.
power trip, right? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. But here's the thing that I thought was interesting, and maybe this is where we're going. The way Triangle of Madness gets the victory is Tekla pins Chris Statlander.
Straight up.
So, looks like maybe
we're
that's
getting
where we're
that.
going to go.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
gonna
so
get
that should be fun. I will say, where's all the other girls?
Yeah, who else wrestles here?
Yeah, Queen Aminata,
Yeah.
where's she at? Kissed her bicep.
Oh yeah, Jamie Hayter.
Jamie Hayter, where's she at? And then again, we're going to get into this next segment that has the smelling of someone leaving AEW, but sticking in the women's division. Where's Britt Baker?
Yeah, where's Britt Baker? I don't think she's a thing anymore.
Is she wrestling anymore?
I don't think she is. I don't know. Am I wrong? Chat, let us know.
Because this is
Queen
the last thing
Aminata is injured still, Tino says in the chat.
Okay. Because this is the last thing I honestly remember about Britt Baker. She was going to have a match, but then she got like mono or really sick to the point where like people were like, oh, you pulled her, Tony. And she had to do a interview or like a video on Collision or Rampage, whatever it was at the time. And she was like visibly sick. And that's it. But I see her on social media like, hey, guys, want to bet this weekend on the games?
No, but
Hang
I
out with my friend.
remember, if
FanDuel
memory serves
or
me
whatever.
correct, there was a lot of fluff online about like I don't think there was a lot of people in the back that wanted her around. I was getting the feeling that people were saying she was difficult to work with and be around. Now that might have also coincided at the same time there was a divorce happening. You know what I mean? And
Well-
maybe they sided with one side or the other. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Thunder Rosa, that's another one. Where's she at?
Yep.
What's she
Yep.
doing?
Oh, she's doing fucking. She just caught some heat because she was doing damn pyramid scheme things. She was like trying to sell people on MLM stuff online. Yeah.
Why? Do you
Yeah,
is Tony
I-
not paying you enough? Hoarding money isn't cool, you fucking weirdos. Just do your job.
How do people not understand an MLM now when they see one? Like,
Yeah,
or
but
pyramid
also
scheme?
it's
Like,
just
how do you not understand these? Like, you've seen enough. Everybody knows what they are. How are you not falling for this?
yeah.
Let me tell you guys right now, public service announcement from the All Elite Wrap-Up. Any place that's telling you can make a bunch of money, but you're going to make more money if you get other people to come do this same thing under you, and then you make a portion of it, immediately bail. Walk out the door now. Like, it's kind of like the cops. Like, don't even say another word. Go. Fuck out. Just go.
Did I ever tell you the story? Side note. Did I ever tell you the story? It was after I graduated high school. It was like 3 years after. I was like a junior, I think, in college. My high school basketball coach tried to get me into a pyramid scheme. Because I was at the grocery store and I ran into him. His name's Coach Vickers. And Coach saw me. I was like, hey! He's like, Thomas! And he hugged me. He's like, hey, man, how's it going? I was like, good. He's like, what are you doing? I was like, oh, I work at a radio station. I'm in college and stuff. He's like, that's cool. And kind of got a little quiet. He goes, what are you up to tonight? And I was like, what? He's like, what are you up to tonight? I was like, I don't know. He's like, come over. I got some other...
I'm not having sex with you if that's what you're saying.
Well, no, because the team had been over to his house. It
Yeah,
wasn't
no,
like,
I get you. Yeah,
but
right.
he's like,
Okay.
he's like, we're having kind of a reunion. Some of the other players from when you were in high school are going to be over. Come over. And I was like,
He
awesome.
framed
Okay.
a fucking MLM pitch as a fucking team reunion. What an ass.
And so there was, right? There was like a couple other of my teammates, and I was like, hey, guys. And then he sits us down, and some fucking guy walks in, and me, and I remember this guy named Ted, we looked at each other, and we're like, the fuck is this? And I fucking faked. This was when ringtones were still cool. I played the ringtone on my fucking phone, and I was like, oh, hey, gotta go. And I was like, I was working for Titan. That's what it was. Because I go, a fighter just got injured. I got to make a new fight. And I was like, I ain't going to fucking fight. And I never saw him again. Fuck out of here.
Hope he's watching right now.
I hope you are. You and Ben Whitaker. Remember when I called out my high school bully that I fucking wanted to fight? I still want to fight that guy. I hope he joined ICE.
Remember when I called out
really
you?
Hurt him.
You fucking know who you are.
Ben Whitaker,
Fucking
you
know
piece
who
of
you
shit. Called a principal on me because you won't fight, you pussy. All right. He wouldn't. I was like, fucking go. And he ran to fucking the vice principal. And what a bitch.
What a bitch, Ben Whitaker.
Yeah, just take an ass whooping. Anyhow. Next up, we get a weird segment. And
not like a weird segment we just had.
No, that wasn't weird. That was just a little insight into my weird brain. All right, so I want to get your opinion on what the hell happened here. So, obviously, Jet Speed had lost that four-way match from earlier in the night. So Renee is trying to get a word with him, and it's like, hey, 2026 not really starting off too great.
Through, yeah.
Kind of have some speed bumps.
Not really, going through jet-like speed, are we, guys?
Yeah. And so they're kind of down in the dumps, and they're looking down, and then Swerve comes up. And he's like, hey, Mike Bailey, we known each other. And Kevin Knight, I have my eye on you. And you've got a bright future. I'm like, he says something to the effect of like, I'm excited for it. Or you're the future of the business and I see it or something. And then just walks off, right? Whoop, there he goes. And before they could be like, okay, Hangman comes up and was like, hey, Samoa Joe, that fat piece of shit, I'm going to take his belts from him. And you're going to help me. Because remember that one time we wanted a match together? We're going to do it again.
Yeah.
And it's going to be Saturday. And Jet Speed's like, okay, neat. And then Hangman's like, you guys are neat. Bye. What the fuck was that?
Exact words. Yeah, I think that's the exact words. I think that was exactly it. But yeah. So, I guess we got to talk about it. It sounds like one of the coolest motherfuckers is leaving.
This really hurts my feelings. And we're talking about Powerhouse Hobbs. Apparently, what I just read on Bluesky right before the podcast started is AEW offered him a contract and he turned it down. And sources within WWE who just could be fucking Chelsea Green, right?
Right.
You know what I mean? Doesn't mean it's an executive.
Catering for all we fucking know.
Yeah, could be, ring crew guy, right? But they believe Powerhouse Hobbs is going to WWE. And brother, how the fuck in 2026 are you on purpose joining that crew?
Man, I really can't believe it. And let alone, aside from the... everybody's got their lines on like the blood money stuff, the fucking, the guy probably being linked to a child predator ring who used to run it. You know what I mean? Whatever. Okay, fine, whatever. But like, so let's say none of that was going on. It was just a run-of-the-mill wrestling company. Like, did you look at all the opportunities you're going to have to get squashed by Brock Lesnar as something that you just had to seize in this moment? Like, I don't understand what the fuck this is.
I know exactly what it is. You know what it's going to be. He'll go to NXT and he'll wrestle Ricky Saints or Ricky Starks, whatever, a couple times. And it's be like, haha, fuck AEW. Now we're doing it here, right? Cool. They'll do that for 3 months. Then he's going to get called up to Monday Night Raw, and you know what he's going to be? He's going to be jumping and jiving, and he's going to fill in the Big E role, and he's going to be in the New Day as the new boy for Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston. And they're going to show him the way, and Big E's going to be like, you have my blessing. And then they're going to fucking wear bright colors. That's exactly what the fuck they're going to do.
So he's going to be the Crush to Demolition.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's essentially it. Yeah, he's going to be Crush for Demolition.
Oh, my God.
But, it's MAGA mania. They don't respect you as a human, man. Like, here's what I honestly think. This is where my gut feeling is going. He was coming up on his contract. I have no evidence. So this is pure reckless speculation.
Scientific wild ass guess right here.
Yes. I think CM Punk was calling up Powerhouse Hobbs and was like, hey, man, been a while. Miss you, pal. Heard your contract's coming up. It's really fun over here. Did you see WrestleMania? We could get you that. And then he calls him back later and goes, got you a good deal. What are you getting at AEW? We can double it or, whatever. Make it 3 times more. And then Powerhouse Hobbs is like, well, fuck that. I mean.
I will say this too, though. Like, look, I think we've managed to do a bunch of missteps with Powerhouse Hobbs along the way, right? Like, we never really got the big thing out of him, I feel like, in AEW.
Yeah. Well,
but I don't think they're going to do that over there either. But
no, not at all. Here's the one thing, if we're critiquing his, kind of presentation or who he is as a performer, he's not the strongest promo.
Yeah, sure.
Because even when he was trying to do like those vignettes of the Book of Hobbs.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? So,
but he's surefire charisma in person.
Oh, my God, yes. But what I'm saying is, like, over there, they care more about do you got a yeet in you than can you wrestle, right? And so, like...
do you got a yeet in you?
I mean, that's basically right they're going to say. Yeah. And so...
No, the shorter the better, because that's easier for marketing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Put it on a shirt better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
can you say shucks? You know what I mean? Like, and then we'll put that on.
The other thing that I bet you they try to do, if that doesn't work, the New Day thing, because let's just say Xavier Woods is like, I'm retiring, I'm going to do video games.
Yeah, or he's like, fuck you, that's racist, guys. And they're like, yeah, you're right.
Well, then they'll make him do Mark Henry shit. They're like, but he's Mark Henry now. And then
strongest man in the world,
bench press, like...
Yeah, but you're right. They're going to do the whole run. Like, he'll run into Jade Cargill, and she'll be like, oh, so you're now where the... Yeah.
Where the big boys play. That'd be funny. They're just going to do the whole fucking thing of like, see? And it's like, friends, some of those people we didn't give a fuck about. So have them run next to Sean Spears. Who gives a fuck? Yeah. Like, Ethan Page is about as vanilla as it gets. He's a Diet Coke version of LA Knight.
I'll say he is one of the worst offenders that I thought of in wrestling that, like, has no business truly believing as much as they do that they're ready to be, like, the biggest star in pro wrestling. That they're like, this is a travesty that they're not giving me the world title. Like, no, pal, I don't think a whole lot of us see it that way.
Yeah.
Like, I really don't know where you're going. I understand you need to have a confidence and a drive to get where you're going, but, like, not a delusion. Right?
Yeah, you're too far delusional. Yeah. But going back to this, now we're getting back on track here. So what do you make, though, of Swerve saying, Jet Speed, you guys are really cool. Yeah, and then Hangman saying, yeah, you guys are cool, and you're going to team with me.
We're going to be the Trios champs now. Like, that's weird. That felt weird to me. Because is Swerve just going to sit in the cuck chair again and watch this match? And
right.
What are we doing here?
Because
he's getting jealous of all of Hangman's friends. Is that where we're going?
Now,
do we get the Dark Order back involved in this?
Yeah, now that would be interesting. Because if you think of it logically, if Hangman says, hey, I'm going to take everything that Samoa Joe has, and first it's going to be his championships, the trios titles, you would think the first person he's going to ask is Swerve. So then they just need to find a third.
Yeah.
And what I would have done to make it really fun is earlier in the night, Kenny Omega was there. They're the trios, right? Right there. Trios.
So are we just turning into the quick dissolution of this flimsy friendship between the two? Is Swerve going to be like, well, hold on, if we're friends now, why are you shaking hands with Kenny Omega and saying, may the best man win? I'm the best man. Why are you teaming up with
the team that I like?
That I like. We're not trio. Like, you couldn't have just you and Jet Speed or Speedball or whatever. Right? You couldn't have done that. Like, maybe he's getting jealous. And then Hangman's like, he could be like, what are you, jealous? And he'd be like, no. And be like, it's okay if you are. We can discuss it. Be like, shut up, man.
But I guess, that would be funny. Because Prince Nana would also get jealous.
Hangman was trying to help Swerve get more in touch with his feelings.
Yeah. That would be great. Well, get both of them. Because then Prince Nana was like, well, Hangman, I guess if you're going to go be a trios champ with Jet Speed, these new T-shirts I had made up don't fucking need to be here. And just throws them.
Think of his feelings. Look at him. Look how sad he is. Look, I'm not sad, goddammit. And like, sorry, that's not what I meant, boss. Yeah, not sad. No, look how mad he is. I meant mad. Mad.
But look at these shirts. Aren't these shirts fucking cool? We could have sold 1 million of them.
Yeah, we could have sold them. They might still be available on shopaew.com.
Yeah. But no one's going to be a team with this. This isn't a real team. Yeah, just throws them. Yeah. Spits his coffee out. Okay.
Yeah, he could have been like, why not? Why couldn't we have been trios champs? And he would have been like, who would we have been trios champs with? And he would have been like, points at Nana, and they're just like, nah, you're probably right. Speed, that's a good call.
Yeah. Now, if you don't want to do it, that would be funny.
All right, but next time, think of me. All right, man. That's all I'm saying.
Well, that's what I do think we might get is, hey, what the fuck? Think of what I'm doing.
Are we friends or are we not?
Right.
Like, are we?
Could be weird. All right,
kiss me right now, and we're like, no. Yeah, he's like,
nope.
Is he turning back? No. I mean, no. Yeah, Nana over there. Nana and RJ City both over there. Like,
RJ City, what the fuck is this?
Be like, RJ says, I told you this is what Tony, Tony, I know you're watching, and I know you know how good we can make this for you.
Yes, it'd be so much fun.
Don't shy away from this.
It'd be so much fun.
We can be so good for you.
Yes. All right, so then we get to our main event. It is for the AEW Men's World Championship. Your champion, MJF, takes on the Ring of Honor Men's Champion, Bandido. And Bandido, I will say, came out in his best pay-per-view gear he had available. I mean,
he did.
Looking like one of those knights at the... What's that one thing where they do the javelin in front of you when you eat
the round table?
Yeah, you eat shitty like chicken legs and you see all these fucking...
I've never done that, but yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, I've never done it, but I know what it is. Yeah, Knights of the Round Table, I think is what it's called.
Yeah, get paid $9 an hour to take a fucking javelin to your chest.
Is the restaurant still called Knights of the Round Table? Maybe, yeah, or Medieval Times.
Medieval Times.
Yep.
The only thing I think of is Cable Guy when I think of medieval. Yeah.
Yep.
But anyhow, he looked like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be cool. Maybe we should open that up.
Aztec Batman is what he said. Now on HBO.
Oh, well, yeah. Yeah.
Holy man.
Aztec Batman.
Of course we knew that.
Duh.
We were just
yeah, we're messing with you, huh? Way to pass the test.
Theo says you folks should eat at Medieval Times. Yeah, I don't think we got one anywhere near us, do we? Is there one?
Let's open one. I would love to get these fucking hillbilly backwater dumb shits to fucking take javelins to their chest.
Might accidentally sharpen one. But anyway.
Yeah.
Oops, sorry, gave you the wrong one.
Oh, sorry. Go join Ice. See ya. Not getting anything from me. What's this? Oh, Aztec Batman is now on HBO Max. I like HBO Max. I'm really getting into it. Side note, we'll get into the main event. I really hope, business news here, that Warner Brothers Discovery does not sell to Netflix or anything, because I'm really getting into the HBO Max app.
They're gonna. It'll be fucking Netflix in a moment.
But I got everything set up. Like I got my Beat Bobby Flay, I got my Holiday Baking Championships, I got my AEW.
Hey, listen, show recommendation. I forget what this one's on. It's called All Her Fault. Holy shit.
It is.
Holy shit. Holy shit.
Crazy.
Crazy. Yeah. Crazy show. Real good stuff. I forget which thing it's on. I don't know.
Oh, it's the girl from Succession, right? Yeah. The daughter. One of the daughters. Oh, and then the black guy from The Game. I used to love that show. Okay. Yeah. What's it about?
Rich family's kid gets kidnapped, and you know what I mean? Yeah. And then now, like all the fallout from that, right? They're trying to get the kid back. The media's involved, right? Who done it? Man, I'm telling you, we just fucking went through the recent, you know what I mean? I think it might only be one season, right?
Like a mini series kind of thing.
Yeah, holy shit, real good. Watch that.
While we're doing recommendations, and you could check out my review on Goodreads. Read the book from Ron Curry Jr., The Savage Noble Death of Babs Dion. It is picture Shameless. You ever seen the show Shameless?
Yeah, love that show.
Okay, right? Okay, so it's that family.
Okay.
Except for the mother is a mafia drug dealer. And the man, he doesn't have a name. He's just called the man, comes down and he might have killed Babs, who's the drug dealing mafia, might have killed one of her daughters, and now she's going to burn the fucking city down. And it is so because the man, I'm using TV because it's easiest to do. Yeah. The man is like Dexter.
Yeah.
So you got Dexter as the killer, a family of shameless, and then like Tony Soprano, but it's female.
All in one.
And that's the book. It fucking rules.
Theo P says, or open another wrestling-themed restaurant where indie talent wrestle for your entertainment. I sent you that one where it was they were doing wrestling while doing like a DJ and house.
Yeah, I would totally do that. Yeah.
Totally do that. Yeah.
Which, by the way, while we're on this topic here, and again, we'll get to the main event, but we're having fun. Did you see that Fountain City Pro is doing a wrestling show at the comedy club? Not the comedy club of Kansas City, but the other one.
The Funny Bone.
The Funny Bone, yeah. They're doing a wrestling show.
I did know that because Hartzell
How?
Hartzell's involved in that. I don't know.
That place only holds like 20 people.
Well, that's probably all that they're going to be there. But where? Because that stage isn't big enough to fit a ring.
That's what I'm saying. But if you put the ring there, then you get like 10 people in there.
Maybe I'll ask him how this works out. I'm going to ask Hartzell.
Doing a friends and family show, and like it's just.
Yeah.
I want to kind of go just to see like that part of it, but yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think about it. Have they outfitted have they retrofitted that? And we didn't know because it's a Funny Bone now. It used to be the Improv, right?
Right, that's what it was called. Yeah, no idea. Anyhow, also I'm reading. I haven't finished it yet, but another book, The Road by Cormac McCarthy. It won the Nobel Peace Prize for Best Fiction Book in 2007.
The movie they made out of that. Yeah, I've seen that.
They have a movie of it?
That's the like post-apocalyptic one where it's him and the kid, and they're like kind of trying to escape all the fucking roving things. Yeah, the movie's real good.
Yep. Ooh, okay. Is it by the same name? Is it the same name?
The Road.
The movie is the same name? Okay.
Yeah, I hadn't heard of the book, and I didn't even know what the movie was about. We were just like watching movies one day, and we were like, oh, let's watch this one. You know what I mean? It was The Road, and I was like, yeah, fine. And I was like, holy shit. Real good, yeah.
Is it? Okay, good. I'm excited.
Here's another real good one.
Yes.
It's called Room. And I'm not calling it The Room.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Room. You seen it? The one with the kidnapped girl? Jesus Christ.
Look at that. Tips for the well-rounded pro wrestling fan. There you go. All right, now let's get to we should do that as a segment. Just be like, hey, this is the tips for the well-rounded pro wrestling fan. Yeah. Yeah, because you tell me another fucking wrestling podcast that's going to reference Cormac McCarthy. Huh?
Yeah,
Ain't no one fucking except for right here.
Yeah.
And we come up with characters like RJ City.
We come up with Dog the Bounty Hunter. You know what I mean?
Big Bill.
Yeah. And we also throw that in once in a while.
I do want to see Big Bill as Dog.
Yeah. Seriously. We can't at least get a Halloween episode with that, right?
Yes. Yeah, we have to do that. God damn, that's a great idea. Okay. So now we get the main event. MJF versus Bandido. And this was good. Again, the thing that kind of takes me out of it, and it's just me, my preference, and what I like and dislike, but the setup every time for that 21 plex thing. With, I just, too many times, he just happens to always be like that. I can't. Because it's not a natural position, because you never see MJF in that position at any other match.
Ever. Yeah. Only when he wrestles Bandido, right?
Yeah,
like
and so
that's what it is they have to get into some weird position that they never get in, right? Like we're saying, 619 is a prone position, but people wind up like that leaning on the ropes through happenstance and other things.
Yeah, you know? Or what I liked is that Rey Mysterio put you there, right?
Yeah,
he would fucking head scissor, and there you are, and now I'll hit you the thing. Like,
that's
that true, I get, but like I don't like that. Anyhow, good match. MJF gets the victory, and then after the match, he cuts like a babyface promo. He's like, hey, Bandido, they told me that you were going to be champ, and I thought you sucked dick, but just wrestled you, and you're actually really good. And so you know what that means? I've got to kill you. And so he fucking jumps him again and beats him up. And then, as mentioned, Brody King runs down and is like, get the fuck off my friend. And MJF goes, okay. So, Tim, does that mean we're going to get Brody King versus MJF for the World Championship? Avenge a friend?
Maybe so. Yeah, maybe so. I do like that we get MJF like he doesn't even know himself anymore, right? Like he's complimenting him, but nah, fucking no, don't like it. I'm gonna beat you up. Like he's a lost soul.
Well, it's competition. Like no one can get on top of this mountain, so I'm pushing everyone down. Hey, nice shirt. Get the fuck down. You know, it's like that whole thing. Hey, man, that's a cool car. Get the fuck out of here. You know, like it's that kind of thing. So
Tino agrees with you. Says the 21 plex works best when it's done right away. Too much setup, and you just got someone sticking their butt out for too long.
Yeah, or somehow to get him in that position, right? You turn him around, you hit him in the back of the head 3 times, and he falls over, and then you do the like something. But just the hey, like, come on, it's not good. Yeah. But he's a great wrestler. I do, and there was a couple times where he does that like one-handed overhead press where he just holds like that shit's fucking impressive. Like he's a good wrestler.
Bandido is absolutely that move is just off-putting. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I just don't like that move. That's the only thing. But that's our episode of Maximum Carnage. This Saturday we get AEW Collision Maximum Carnage,
this
and
actually
apparently
felt like Maximum Collision is what I was going to say.
Yeah. Well, and at Maximum Carnage we're going to get the men's trios match with the Ops versus Hangman and Jet Speed,
and they're going to win that then, right?
I don't know, but man, Powerhouse, brother.
I mean, unless we just Freebird rules this again, and like then we just got the Ops that are still there, you know.
So they could, right? They could say Hangman trying to find Samoa Joe jumps Powerhouse Hobbs. Powerhouse Hobbs can't defend the championship tonight. Hook jumps in and is like, I got his back.
And then we just never see Powerhouse Hobbs again.
And then we just never see
Unless
Powerhouse
he's back
again.
in 3 years or whatever it is.
Yeah. Yeah, pulls it on Andrade. He's like, hey!
I'm back. Well, let me file this legal thing real quick. Now I'm back again.
God dang, man. He's
Powerhouse Hobbs. That one hurts, man. Just because, like, he's so fun. Not that I don't know. Like, when I think about it, like I said, in hindsight, like I don't remember a whole lot of Powerhouse Hobbs moments, but I remember that like I felt good when Powerhouse Hobbs was around. Right?
Yeah. The thing that is upsetting to me, and again, I've said this, if you've listened long enough, I've said this almost till I'm blue in the face. I like diversity in wrestling. And a lot, especially of the main event picture in AEW, is white guy.
Yeah.
And so it was like Powerhouse Hobbs felt like he could have been a young, almost getting to that spot. And now, who's the spot going to get replaced by? You know what I mean? Like, is it going to be Big Bill? Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, okay, well, cool.
Yeah, we've seen that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we do need a new big meat, don't we? Like, that's... Yeah, there's got to be somebody out there.
And again, I like Jake Doyle, but Jake Doyle is also a white guy.
What's the guy's name? Who's that big blonde Nordic-looking bastard? I heard there was a possibility that he may be out and free. He used to wrestle at MLW.
Hammerstone. Alex Hammerstone. Yeah, he was friends with MJF, so maybe. By the way, I totally forgot about this. We also got at AEW Dynamite Maximum Collision, or Maximum Carnage, they announced that the Rascals are going to be coming to AEW. Now, I guess? 4 people. Yeah. I know nothing about the Rascals except for they act like they're high.
Yeah. But 2 of them were there, like in the other company for a while, right?
Yeah, Magamania, and then they came over.
But didn't one of them get fucking old Nazi photos exposed or something?
I thought so.
I think people were saying, like, that wasn't him. That was just a weird, like, you know what I mean? Like, it was one of those, like, he was shaving and just was like, did the thing and was like, that was stupid. I shouldn't have done that. Like, people are like,
trust
totally
me.
Not like that. Yeah.
Yeah, you listen to this fucking podcast long enough, you're going to think but I'm not. But you know what I mean?
You're right,
Totally get it. No.
I think that's what ultimately came out of that was like, they were like, that wasn't cool. He admits that wasn't cool, but like, he didn't do that because he like thinks that. It was just one of those like intrusive thought things do, you know what I mean? Like, But I could be wrong. So anybody's free to fucking correct us because I don't know. I didn't follow them. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah, the only thing I honestly know about them, because again, I don't watch TNA, but I've seen clips through social media, is they're like, we're high and like rascal. And it's like, Just like how a state
like,
isn't a
that
gimmick.
gone? Yeah.
Like,
but isn't that gone now with weed being legal almost everywhere? Like, isn't that not the cool thing to be anymore? Like, because like it's like, so what, man? I bought that at, I bought fucking Cheez-Its at the fucking gas station.
Well, people still think it's fucking cool to chug beer.
Yeah, that's
like
true.
Beer tastes good. And again, if you like beer, hey, beer sponsor of the week. We like beer. We'll drink it. But what I'm saying is like, if I were to be a wrestler, I'm not going to be James Storm. Oh, I drink beer. Country music. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, at least with Austin, like, you know, we drink beer, but like, it wasn't like, that was part of like, I'm a redneck guy that drinks beer, right? It was part of the thing, but like, with a weed wrestler, weed is the thing. It's not part of me.
Yeah,
weed
Matt Riddle
is me.
Yeah, Matt Riddle was fucking boring, but it was I do like that song. That WWE song was tight, but he should have been a fucking badass because he is a legit badass. But they're like, he smokes weed in real life, so let's just have it do it in this, and he'll stand next to Orton because Orton does it as well. Shut up.
Yeah.
Magamania. What a fucking kick in the dick of enjoyment. If you're like the embodiment of enjoyment, there's Magamania to kick you right in the dick and be like, get the fuck on. You don't deserve this shit. God. How are they so... Anyhow, I'm not going to let them ruin my day. Assholes.
It reminded me of that Greg Giraldo rant on the Larry the Cable Guy. Right?
I know. Yeah. Yeah. How the Larry the Cable Guy?
Like, how the fuck are you so funny?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's a lot of the same feeling, right? It's a lot of the same feeling for this fucking thing. But anyhow, so we got...
Whoever else was... I think that might have been Nick DiPaolo who's an ass, but one of them was like... He was like, he also tried a bunch of other gimmicks, and he was like... Larry the Repairman guy or Jimmy the whatever. He's like, and Danny the comedian. This is his real fucking name.
Yeah. Well, you know where he got to start, right? He got to start in Kansas City. Yeah. Johnny Dare, the morning show.
Yeah.
Which fucking, come on, Johnny. Like all the things you did, you gave us that fucking guy. Anyhow, AEW Revolution, like you said, I'm just seeing it right now. Sunday, March 15th, Los Angeles, California.
We're like 2 months away.
Yeah, so you better get that shirt all cleaned up.
It doesn't come clean. You've seen this.
Oh, I know.
Sent to the dry cleaners, and they had me arrested.
As they should.
Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense. All right, man.
They dropped the charges because they didn't want to touch the shirt, the evidence.
Yeah.
It's like, no, just get out of here and don't come back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
yeah, that makes sense.
It's all cool.
But
yeah, it's all cool.
That's what we got for this week.
That's what we got. Yeah. Well, hit us up, alleelitewrapup.com. Like I said, all the links are there. You can find everything. You can download the YouTube shows, all that stuff, the podcast, donate to us. And God, I think we've said it all. So we'll just say,
I will see you next week, dumbass.